How's it going, Tim?
Hey, Chad, it's going really good on this Friday night. How about you, man?
It's going really good. I think Arkansas, sports-wise, things have been, more good things have happened than bad things have happened. Even though, we just lost that game, earlier tonight. But, heck, I think everything's moving in a great direction, personally. And I know there's some fans out there that, they don't think that way, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, we're doing awesome, man, right now. Razorbacks are. We're excited to talk about some of those things tonight. Basketball's won 3 out of 4 since we came on here last. Includes the number 1 beating of Auburn. Baseball today lost the opening day, but we came in ranked top 10, number 2 at somewhere as high as number 2. Disappointing day. First season opener lost in 30, 40 years. That's kind of thinking about that. I was like, I think because there's been weekends in the opening weekends where we've lost a game or two, like a game to kind of Illinois State or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's just never been that first one. Usually we come out and win it, but we'll get into hockey. They're conference champions. That as well. So it's gonna be a good podcast. Things are going good, man. We're going to talk about an article, kind of get into kind of some of these transfers for the Razorback football, because we always love Razorback football. Chad shared that with me and was excited to see. So we want to talk about that. So we want to talk about more good things and devastating loss today to Illinois State.
There's been times, in the past where there wasn't any good things to talk about the whole darn podcast. So it's nice that it's outweighed, right? What do you think? Yurachek got the extension. Do you think he's a terrific AD? Do you think he's a somebody that is going to go down as either being infamous or famous as an AD at the University of Arkansas? What's your feel? He seems to be doing well, honestly. His hires seems to be good hires. Very much more, I guess, liberal individuals than we've seen in the past. So, that's nice. That's nice to see that. But goodness, I don't know, man. It's just some of the things are strange. When I don't get the coach, ripping his shirt off and dancing out in the crowd and stuff. I know that's fun and everything, and everybody likes it, but it's something I've been talking about, and it's just my personal preference, and I guess I have to deal with all that kind of stuff, all that mess, and I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I wish he'd wear a suit. But I'm totally different, right? I'm a different breed, I guess.
You're just not gonna see Muss in a suit, man. It's been approved, man. But you're checking, kind of going back to your check in the extension. He deserves it, man. Like he really hurt seams. You know what I mean? He did listen though. Like I'll kind of starting with that he had the balls kind of before the season's over to fire Chad Morris. That he really took like, okay, we've had enough, and that was kind of thing. Making like if he was going to fire Mike Anderson, he better found somebody good enough. Must have led us to the Elite Eight last year. You see how the team's doing this year, another tournament. Like we're looking as a 6th seed and opportunities to get higher. We could beat Kentucky and Tennessee, finish really strong and get to a 4-3 seed and really look good for another tournament run. So Pittman was a really good hire. It was an excellent we've seen so far, and you've seen some things hit the fan with other hires around that same time. Disappointing. You've seen Auburn make a hire with Parson. You've seen Leach hadn't really just been incredible at Mississippi State. That was kind of Kiffin had a really good this year, but kind of we'll see. Last year was all right, and I know that was kind of the thing he thought of him highly too. So maybe he had a good eye if those were really two of the football coaches come down the wire. Baseball, it kind of did itself, but it has seemed like, that's Dave Van Horn. It's his 20th year this year. That's not really to be touched. But other sports have been really, there's not a sport that's just not.
Track we're always a powerhouse at,
Yeah. Everything women's basketball is good with neighbors. Softball team's incredible. They've been in the top 10 for a couple of years now. And they were a few years ago. It's just an afterthought. Really cool ballpark they have. You always see it when you're going to basketball games or going to a softball game or a football game or whatever. And they've been really good. Gymnastics, he made an excellent hire with Weber. And golf's always pretty good. They've been good for a while. Soccer, made it to Final Four, Elite Eight, or whatever. Other sports, but just rattle them off because that's what we do on a Friday night, is rattle off Razorback successes. But I'm going to give it to them right now, man. There's some things we're really concerned. You can go back in the history of the Hog Call Podcast logs, and you can listen to how we felt. But 2019, 18.
Yeah, I think. Look,
he really should have got an extension. He deserved an even longer extension if we would have fired Morris after the Colorado State game.
Yeah, I think he's proven himself to be a good, athletic director. I think he's overcome some things and has grown. You gotta wonder how much of it is luck and how much of it is pure genius, right? To pull in, the coaches that he's pulled in. And you just look at you get your Pittman and your Musselman, you know what I'm saying? These untraditional, coaches. And I know that Muss was, I know that he was head coach. I know that he was in the NBA. I know, all those things. But just, I don't know, it's just his demeanor and the way he acts and how he behaves as a coach. It's outside the norm for a college coach. You know what I'm saying? And we've always noted that, right? But you see these hires and you see them working out. So, and like you said, you cutting ties with Chad Morris. Obviously we could have done that a little quicker, though. Honestly.
Yeah. The thing with Muss is, you talked about kind of out of the box. It was out of the box. He wasn't like just highly. He was at Nevada. You know what I mean? He was a couple-time fired NBA coach. Like stayed at places just 2 years, or you know what I mean? And just a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Musselman. And I really didn't like. I said, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. And, I looked in the background. I was like, yeah, that's a really good. But it's not like an easy at that time too. So you had the pressure, Look, man, Anderson's not going to, he's built this, took it from the ashes from what Heath and Telfer did.
Yeah.
So you better not screw it up and let the basketball program, get back to just, to a dumpster fire or whatever, just a terrible, embarrassing program than what we had it.
Well, man,
so there's a lot of important. If you're going to fire him, then you better find somebody good. And it really worked out. It was a really good hire.
Yeah. He's a great coach. He's a great coach. He's doing well. He wins. He's a winner. And that's what I can say about the guy. He takes what he's got and he figures out a way to win. And he supports every single other team at that school, right? And he sincerely does it. He sincerely goes to these games. It's like you almost feel like Muss is one of these guys that's could go down in Razorback lore if he just hung out forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could see that, right? Who knows? Who knows where it goes? But man, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. He's unorthodox for sure, but heck of a coach, in my opinion.
It works though, and it's worked in recruiting, man. They've got top 2 or 3 class, and then they've got another 5-star Anthony Black coming in tomorrow for the Tennessee game. So if they added another 5-star, I was kind of well, where are they going to put him? One of the best players, in the rankings, coming in for a visit for that Tennessee game. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere. Tennessee, I know we'll talk about that in here in a little bit. I'm trying to find out what they're ranked. They're ranked 16th. It's going to be a big time atmosphere tomorrow. But having another 5-star come in and for that game, it works. Yeah. Whatever it is, though, man. He's still I don't understand, man. Like I'm not gonna say, well, how does he have so much energy? Starting to remember just that way. It's just maybe it's just got just that natural. Just I don't know how Musk does it.
Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, I should start drinking Diet Pepsi now.
Remember that? I probably shouldn't say it, but remember the professor a few years back got caught selling all that cocaine?
Yeah, man. I had him in.
He was he was an anthropology professor. He was a great professor. But anyway, one of the best orators I've ever been around. Just excellently tell a story and just keep your attention for an entire class and just make it super duper interesting. And it turns out he was selling cocaine, doing cocaine and stuff, and that was powering him through all those lectures and everything. I mean, I'm not saying, just saying that professor did. I'm not saying anybody else.
No, there's no way, man.
Could
I think us has just got just natural, but it's
remember when Matt Jones got caught down on Dixon snorting coke? Yeah. Could have happened. You just never know.
What did this?
He's a young guy.
By no means, it's a joke. We're trying to have fun on a Friday. I'm gonna issue an apology. I did not mean for it to. We were just having some fun. We don't think Coach Muss is on anything. I think we were really talking about your chick, weren't we? Isn't that the one we were talking about? That was.
Oh, we was talking about your chick, and then we was talking about Muss's energy.
I'm just saying, with Muss, it's just above and beyond thing. It's just like, wow, that's really like. He's just never tired, man. How does he do it? I'm just jealous, man. Like, just naturally plus Diet Pepsi. I'm just like, man, that's got to be just a badass.
How many Diet Pepsis do you drink in a day? That's the question. Sometimes you drink more than one. Sometimes you have a whole dozen. So yeah. It is how it is.
It is how it is, my man. So, do we kind of look over, just talk about a couple of these games since the last time we've been on?
Or should we go to our, we got a couple of voicemails. I didn't know if you...
We should. Oh, I thought you were going to say, I thought, Chad, you were going to pull out of the...
No, we hadn't had somebody call in so long. It's like, I don't blame you for being like, wow, I can't believe somebody called in, because like we had call-ins quite a bit in our previous years, but this year has been the worst year as far as callers are concerned.
No, what I was going to say, Chad, I was like, oh, did you have a Rolodex or something of yeah, I've been wanting to talk about a few of the coaches in the athletic program that I think might be.
Well,
I have a few too many Diet Pepsi in their day, or in their daily duties. But no, let's do the voicemails. I'm excited to hear them.
I don't know anybody that would do all that.
I just wanted to make sure, man. You sounded like maybe you had a couple more you wanted to get to before we moved on. Sounded like I was moving on too fast, man.
Well, it's always good to slow it down every once in a while, just when you need to. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first voicemail we have gotten in a while. And I'm going to tell you what, man, it's a doozy. All right, here we go.
I don't want to hear any of the damn jokes either, because I done heard them all, and they're fucking old. But I was debating whether or not I was going to call y'all and even say anything, because I had lost the anger after that Auburn loss in basketball a little while back, after we redone against that bullshit Missouri team. But then I go turn on the radio, listen to the first baseball game of the season, and lo and behold, they ain't got out. Instead, I got to listen to two jerk-offs yapping their jazz, talking about a bunch of bullshit. They ain't talking about the damn baseball game. That guy's angry.
Discuss whatever you want to.
Oh, I gotta discuss. That was an excellent caller. That's one of my favorite callers of all time. I hope he called that.
Here's the thing,
He's
man.
wild, man.
Here's the thing.
Like,
he didn't even have enough.
yeah.
He called back.
He called back? Oh,
Yeah. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is like during the game, alright? Alright, here we go.
This is Razorback Rick one more time. And I just finally got this damn game on. And I gotta ask y'all, looking at this, we're down 2-0 going into the 5th inning. Now, if we drop this opening game to damn Illinois State, are you two jerk-offs going to sit there and still defend Dave Van Horn? Or are you going to finally call him out for what the fuck he is, a choke artist? Answer me that. And fuck Chad Morris.
I gotta agree.
That old boy. Yeah, that old boy sounds like he's driving around the East End.
He does sound like somebody would be driving around ICO, East End area.
Dude, he tore me up. That tore me up, man. He said, Buzz's outfit. I was just
listen.
Don't call what you're wearing an outfit. You know what I mean?
He made a lot of good points, though. I mean, honestly. You know? I mean, in some of them, I mean, there were some areas, I think, where, what was his name? Razorback Dick? What was it?
That's all like Rich. Yeah, Razorback Richie.
Rick.
Oh, yeah. Rick.
Richie? Rich?
I couldn't understand.
Richard. Anyway, whatever. Razorback Rich, I think maybe it was. I mean, there was a point where he was like talking about Musk not having his shirt on, but I think when he goes to say disgracing the state, I think I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk about it like a normal person, but I think he just takes it a little far at that point. You know, when he starts talking about disgracing the state and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I had mentioned not being happy with it earlier in the podcast, yes, but not to. I don't know if it's a disgrace to the state. It's just, you know, I just prefer not. Prefer a coach to leave his clothes on.
Yeah.
What's next? They gonna take the pants off too next time?
Oh, at some point in his Razorback career, he's taking his pants off. So when you see one of these times he wears
just
some pants, and they like you can just fake glimmer of a like the warm ups for basketball, but they look a little nicer. Or he's like, one of these games where he's dressed, he's gonna go from the polo to the t-shirt. And then he's going to have those, like, tearaway pants. And after a game, he's going to tear those away. And he's in a Speedo, like you said.
Magic Mike. Yeah. Oh, good Lord.
And they're going to make Magic Must t-shirts. Dude, Hog Call should probably either make those now or let's get on to, like, the trademark. Like, it's going to happen. Like, we're predicting it now. We should probably get on that. Get Magic Must.
What do you think about...
I'd say that out loud.
What do you think about firing Dave Van Horn? Like Razorback, I mean, we should talk about it. He brought it up. Like, he's like, oh, he loses all the big ones. Right? I mean, I don't know. He wins a lot. I like being in the World Series.
So good, man. He's so good. He just won one big one. Well, I was talking about earlier today that it's the 100th year anniversary. 100th fall. I was like, maybe this is it, man. This is the year we get it done. And then the first day, man. First day. I've got this new work from home or job, and I had it on. I was working. Like the game, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And it was just terrible. Because we lost. I was like, started off bad. I was like, damn it. Afternoon game.
Mm-hmm.
Have all while I'm working and shit, and we lose. No, we shouldn't. That's a little too far, but you're just a. But there's a lot like you out there. All callers, video and podcast. I'm glad to have them, man.
Well, I mean, I like his opinions. I don't think it's something we should just, scoot, on by. Like, just like with our past critics, we've always listened to them and talked about them. And heck, he's not even criticizing us, But to say the University of Arkansas athletic program is a disgrace.
Yeah,
that's a little much, man, for this podcast. That's hurtful. I think an apology, a good heartfelt, like after you sober up and stuff, because obviously he had, it sounded like, I figured he had a couple.
Yeah. Bush lights or what? What do you think?
You would think like
hat
that. Flipped on backwards.
I predicted shave head, goatee.
Mm-hmm.
It's white, some stupid sunglasses.
Yeah.
Driving around
wearing a lot of camo. Drinking Bush Light.
But we liked his opinion, so we probably shouldn't talk about him too much. That's just what he sounded like.
That's what he sounded like.
Sounds like South Arkansas. That's what he sounds like, a South Arkansas. There's nothing like that. It's just like I know that person. I mean, I've never met Rich. Maybe we'll hang out at tailgate one. Hang out. That'd be cool. Have a couple Bush Lights. I'll drink.
You remember the guy in the student section, the Bubba Hog?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Well, that's what this guy reminds me of. Kind of a. Yeah. I bet if he went to a game, he would have that type of persona.
Wear some jorts and a flannel shirt. Just whips it out. Yeah, man. Yeah. Bubba Hogg was cool, man.
Yeah.
Got me fired up, man. Then he just disappeared.
All right. So anyway, I think we can move on from that craziness. But
thanks, Rich.
We do need an apology, Rich. I think it's not a disappointment, man. We won a couple of national championships in football, national championship in basketball, 47 of them in track. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, man. What a good podcast thus far. We haven't even got to...
It's been crazy.
Any more callers?
What do you want to talk about? Auburn?
I mean, yeah, we can go over Mississippi State real quick. I know we just kind of clunked along in that one. We did.
We won it.
Yeah. So Mississippi State, yeah, we won 5. Auburn. I want to talk about Auburn.
Mississippi State, the nice thing about that game is we didn't go in there and throw a bunch of threes up. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that helped us win that game was attacking the basket and moving it towards the paint. And you've been seeing us do that a lot more lately in these games. Not just offensively attacking the rebound, but defensively attacking the rebound, pulling rebounds in. And against these bigger teams too, and then the steals, the steals have been impressive lately. Just the amount of steals we've been able to get, and when we get on these runs, when we're moving up and down the court, it's hard to beat us. Yeah. It really is. It looks like we're in like a 4, I don't know, a 4-2 or something like that, but it's it's wild. They're doing really well.
Yeah, like in this Mississippi State game, taking care of the ball, 6 turns. So we're not turning the ball over to kill you. Just that was happening a lot when we're losing these games. Like that, out rebound them 38. Same amount of. Just grind it out. Defense has just been the big key and forced them to 35%. We weren't much better at 37, but it's what mattered. We were tied at halftime. We grounded out the second. I'm trying to think, what the hell was the game before Mississippi State? Because it just seemed... Wow, Georgia. Okay, never mind. It just seemed like before, just the... or something. It was weird. but we won it, and that's what just grinded out to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
really
was.
mattered. I mean, Notre Dame wasn't great in that game, but we figured it out.
Yeah, it felt like in that game that we really had to play a team that was slowing it down quite a bit, you know.
Oh yeah,
and
I
so
would too.
so it was very hard for us to move fast as we'd like, and it just felt like it threw us off our game a little bit in that game. But at least we're able to overcome and get the win, So
That's weird. Yeah, that's
And then in that Auburn game, damn, we were playing, man. That was a great game.
Yeah, the Auburn. I mean, you thought from the looks of the very first part of it, we were to just absolutely smoke them. Trying to see what the lady got up to, but goodness gracious, how we were up. My internet's so damn slow.
We were like 29% on our threes in that game, so we wasn't really putting them down, but we were doing well at moving the ball around, getting it down low, making those shots and taking advantage of almost all the free throws that we had that game.
Yeah, that's such a big key. Just draw the fouls, man. Let's see. But I mean, we were up like 26-15 to Auburn, 5-15. I'm trying. Anyways, we had a really good run there, and still, came back and they kind of got closer to halftime. They obviously forced us to it in overtime, and there's some opportunities where it's like, we could easily lose this game. Really good. They're number one in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Got good players. He's done a really good job. Katie Johnson, number 7. He's a guy that maybe one of the games I just always remember. Thanksgiving, the day before heading out of family for Thanksgiving. Auburn lose to UConn, and one of their only 2 losses this year. Besides, only other loss besides us, maybe one. That guy like teared, just like, where the hell is KD Johnson? But Jabari Smith, I mean, forced him 16, but last time I see him unless we face him.
Yeah.
Good, but and then of course that game, Devo dunks it on that guy. Green teabags him.
Good Lord.
They're gonna have to get a poster of that in the studio. But I mean,
and then the pyrotechnics go off and the whole 9 yards. Like the way it happened. I don't know. Did it count? Did they count the basket? That's what I've been trying.
I'm not sure they ever did.
I don't know if the basket counted or not. Dang it, sure it should have. And then he was gonna fight him, but the crowd got in between, and so he just kind of gave up.
What's weird, man, is like why the hell are you trying to fight him? Like you're the one that ran after him. Like there was 2 seconds on the clock. Why would you even do anything to? It was your fucking fault, man. You're mad you lost. Excuse my language. I guess Razorback Rich already broke the seal on that. But you're mad you lost. You already lost the game. 2 seconds left. Like what are you trying to do there? And it acted like Devo did something for doing that. What's you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
I'm not. I feel as a basketball program, it's weird to rush the. I feel like there's going to be. There's going to be a game where baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I guess really just happen all the time. We feel like a program's better than us. I don't have a lot of respect for Bruce Pearl's little bitch. I'll just come out and say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's good.
Nothing wrong with saying it.
I just want everybody to know that he's a dipshit.
Nothing wrong with saying it at all.
Pretty good coach sometimes, but dirty, thinks the wrong way, nut job kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
So we took it to him. We're pretty good against Auburn too.
And then,
anyways,
then you get your ass kicked by Alabama. You lose that game by 1 point. I mean, to me, everybody was like, "Oh, Alabama's such a good team." Blah blah blah. And I thought it was BS, man. I'll be honest. I didn't think they was as good as everybody's been saying, and I had said that, and I was wrong. I guess they're pretty good, but I don't know, man. I just, I felt like it's a game we should have won. I felt like we were off in that game, like we wasn't playing like we normally do, because our shots weren't falling down low, really. Our 3-point range, it was about as like it always is. But when we were taking it in the basket, we were really having trouble just getting it in the dang hoop. And that game was crazy because it was just wild, like layups and stuff that we were missing, just wide open shots and things we never miss. Like most games we don't miss. It was like we were off. Our shooting was off in this game for whatever reason. That's what I felt like. Now, I'm no basketball expert, but what do you think?
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know why you always say every. I guess that. Yeah, you got me. Right. Yeah, man. We were like, what, 5 out of 30? Like inside the paint or something? Like, usually like that's 60% from. We still got the free throw line 24 times, so that's even things. Yeah, we're getting to the. It wasn't that. 70 shots, only 20 of those were three. 70 shots, or 50 of them. 50 shots inside the three. And you only make, 16 of them. Like, it was just terrible. It was, and then we still, like, gritted to take it to. Oh, it's weird that we lost by one, but we're better than Alabama. It was a weird game after one streak. Alabama was desperate for that win. They're desperate to turn. We were coming off from emotional back, and pretty sure. No, Muss was pissed, so they're all weird game, man. It's just like
to me, it's
a win the whole time.
Yeah, to me, it's a game we should have won. I feel like I don't understand rushing the court against Auburn. I said it, in my text messages. I'm gonna say it now. I don't understand why we rushed the court against a team that we beat most of the time that we played. We're like 22-7, beating them in Fayetteville. I don't understand why we rush a court for that. It's a number 2 team in the nation. I don't know. We got Muss. We were in the not the championship, but in the playoffs last year. We went pretty deep, right? I just don't feel like we're like, it's not like it was with Texas and rushing the field and all that. And everybody's like, oh, recruits and this, that, and other. All right, great. Maybe you get a couple of recruits from it. Maybe get a couple of recruits excited that we rushed the court or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school and that's not as important to me. I don't know. But I feel like that causes you to lose the Alabama game. Is that celebration that close, those games that close together? You got to come in there, and you take that loss, that you shouldn't take.
Our fans pretty much telling us, "Oh, that's the greatest thing you ever did." We'll never, we never rush the court. We're a proud basketball program, but for some reason, this game was the greatest game we've ever seen. So we're gonna rush the basketball court instead of just going out like we normally do after big wins and celebrate on Dixon and tear it up down there and yell, hoop and holler.
Absolutely.
Rush the court and shit, and especially even during the pandemic. You know what I mean? They're like saying Auburn, like you respect Auburn. I don't care if they're number 1.
Yeah.
We've beaten smoked number 2 teams there. What's one little number difference? Like why? Like our basketball program hadn't been in ramshackles, in a dungeon or anything. It's like it's more. It's just like it's kind of. Oh man, I don't know. It's kind of. And then so like you're like piggyback on what you're saying. They got told pretty much they're the best ever, man. So just going to the hell yeah, victory. Yeah, you're gonna be like when you're going to it after awesome victory, but not like that. Really, gotta be just draining to be what deep night in the weekday, and a couple days later you got to fly over to Tuscaloosa. You don't get to come home. I think obviously at home we probably gritted out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go on the road to a team that's desperate, and you're going to try to just play like that. And it's just a weird game, and honestly, it's not the worst game, but definitely just we've won 9 out of 10, or 10 out of 11. I'm sorry. So it just feels like weird to lose one. Like, I didn't know we were going to lose, but.
And then you go into Missouri right after that loss, and there's a subset of fans that we heard from that were like, "Well, we're probably going to lose this Missouri game." Yeah. You know, at this, like you have at this point, disappointed the fans as a coach, team, and they're worried Arkansas is going to lose to Missouri. And I felt like no, definitely not. That was a fluke. Alabama shouldn't have lost that game, and we're gonna go in there and stomp Missouri, just like we did the last time we played them, and it turned out to be the case. So, yeah, I wish we could have scored a little bit more, a few more points on Missouri, but it's like the game started out with us just tearing it up, and then it's like we let off the accelerator, and we just kind of put it on cruise. It just, personally, I just like to run it up, just run the score right up to the roof.
I mean, I was impressed with the kind of like, you're playing a terrible Missouri, beat them 100-50, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like I was coming after a 1-point loss and going on the road on a half or an eighth empty. I mean, it wasn't even an eighth full through arena, and you come out hot. You're thinking, all right, and then it's
52% for threes. Like you're damn hot.
Yeah. That was really good. Oh man, if we could shoot that every
50% in the paint, just at
crazy.
Their house, just embarrassing them. Too. And there's nobody else there. It's like every Missouri fan was like, we're getting curb stomped, and I don't know. There was like 5 guys in the stand. It was like Daryl, and Daryl.
Must still called him out after the game. What did D-Rock call?
Didn't he? I heard that, right? Didn't they say he like turned around and said something to the student section? Or?
D-Rock, if you're listening, call in, man. Tell us what it was. You hate Missouri, so
tell us what it was. So what do you think? We're going to play, we curve stomp Missouri. I mean, that's a great game. That's probably my favorite game. Those 2 Missouri games are some of my favorite games of the year, honestly. The way we played in those games, we just had a command of the court. So next we play Tennessee, then Florida, who we just don't do well anytime we play Florida in any damn sport. No matter how bad they are, they could be the worst damn team in the nation that year. They could have got beaten by a couple of Conference USA teams, and then we'll play them and they'll beat us. That's how unlucky we are when we play Florida. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It's always the fact. Things are just frustrating. I'm about to say,
Then Kentucky. I mean, that's our toughest stretch. Tennessee, Florida, Kentucky, LSU, back to Tennessee. I mean, that's a tough stretch. That's a tough stretch of basketball.
It's tough. It's like, are we going to turn into the opportunity and really move up, really better seed in basketball? Or are we going to kind of come down a little bit and be Auburn, beat them at home? Who have we really beat this year?
And and remember, I said back at Georgia, my worry was Tennessee, not Auburn, but Tennessee. It's getting past this team. They are a great team, man.
They smoked Kentucky a couple of days ago.
I think
they interrupt the court.
I think Kentucky's having a down year. Honestly, I think it's a year we can take advantage. I mean, I know they're doing well and they're having a good year.
Better than last year, man. They were awful last year. This year, step up from. They were awful last year.
So,
but yeah, they're still not. I'm not scared of Kentucky.
Oh, nothing. I was just looking at this Tennessee team. Third just above us in the SEC. Third in the SEC. Fourth. Yeah, when I was looking at them, I was like, they look very similar to us. Like, 10-3, we're 9-4. I thought they had another loss, but I guess I'm wrong. I guess I was wrong. I thought we had the same record, pretty much. But I don't know. This is a game we can win. It's just going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's a chance to move up to second.
Let's see here.
Auburn's got to lose a couple more times, but to get up there second seed, get a bye in the SEC.
Yeah.
Big game. It's just a big game in all kinds of ways. Again,
Well, let's go through their schedule since we ain't played them yet. Let's talk about who they played. Kind of get everybody. So they beat Tennessee Martin 62-90. Beat East Tennessee State 94-62. Got beat by Villanova 71-53. Then they beat UNC 89-72. Beat Tennessee Tech pretty good. Beat Presbyterian pretty good. Beat Colorado pretty good. And they went and played Texas Tech. Texas Tech beat them 57-52. So that's a good team. Texas Tech is ranked 11th. Then they played UNCG and just stomped them, just embarrassed them. Probably shouldn't even played them. Then USC Upstate, shouldn't have played them either. Like anybody with Upstate in their name, an SEC school, should be ashamed that they played them. And then the Memphis game got canceled probably because you know how Tennessee and Memphis are. They probably all run around licking each other, spreading COVID all over the place and stuff. Just packing it tied in together as they can. Things like that. And then they went over and beat Arizona, who's number 3 in the nation, 73-77. So that was a good win for them. Went down and got beat by Alabama. After that, that's crazy. That's wild. That's almost exactly what we did. Anyway, let's just keep moving. Mississippi went in there and beat them. Ole Miss went in there and got beat by LSU. So took a loss at LSU. Beat South Carolina. Got beat bad by Kentucky. Kentucky embarrassed them. Kentucky put 107 on them to 79. Kentucky just went in there and just took advantage of them. Just wow, man, that makes me nervous. Ooh, good Lord. And then you got Vanderbilt. They beat them 68-60. Beat LSU. Go into Florida. Beat Florida 78-71. Get beat by Texas 51-52. So close game there. Number 16, 20 team in the nation. Texas A&M. Go in there and beat them. Go in there and beat South Carolina. They go in there and beat Mississippi State. Beat Vanderbilt up again. Then this time they go in and they don't get demolished by Kentucky and embarrassed. They actually go in and beat Kentucky. So they split that series. And now we play them tomorrow. So, I mean, the way Kentucky took advantage of them in that first game, goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
But then they come back and avenge themselves. So it's like, man, what a bipolar team. You know, there's definitely some losses in there that shouldn't be, and some wins in there that are well deserved. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Tennessee, I don't know, man. Some of these games really didn't impress me. Then you see them beat wow, yeah, like you're saying, turn around after So they're not a great road team. Doesn't feel like they win like their biggest wins. Alabama they lose, but lose to them, but at home.
I feel like they're very comparable to us. Personally, I feel like their schedule is very comparable to us, and that we're an evenly matched team, and it could go either way. I don't know. You just hope that Muss is the difference, right? It's really one of these games where it comes down to the coach, being the difference. Of course, they're a lot bigger, taller. There's a larger team than us, so we have to contend with that.
Yeah, I mean they've I was trying to. It's so slow. Yeah, it's Vescovi. It's so weird to see Vescovi's points per game, guys. Vescovi, thanks. Shanley. They only score 74 per game. It allows 6. It's a team. I was trying to think. The game was playing. You're saying that kind of like us. So I would at least expect us this game. It's going to be a big one. But that one later on in the year, I'm not going to. You at least want to split with. Can't get up too upset if we look there. A lot better team. Road, I feel. Beat them.
Yep, I totally agree. So, I don't know. Well, should we do some predictions, or do we need to go into the? I mean, I don't know. We play a Florida team. They're not supposed to be that good this year. Just seeing their games, they hadn't been that great. And if you go back and look at their schedule here and see what they've done. Let's see what they beat: Elon, Florida State, Milwaukee, California, Ohio State, which Ohio State's ranked. Troy, Oklahoma beat them, not ranked. Texas Southern beat them. Dang, that's embarrassing. Go in and beat North Florida. Got beat by Maryland too. Good Lord, they just get beat by all these unranked teams. Beat South Florida. Beat Stony Brook. Too much COVID for the Florida-Mississippi game. Ole Miss and Florida spread some COVID. That's some COVID spreading fools right there. You got, let's see, Alabama beats them. Auburn beats them. LSU beats them. Beat South Carolina. Beat Mississippi State. Beat Vandy. Get beat by Ole Miss. That's not a good look. They got beat by some bad teams, dude. Tennessee beats them. Beat Oklahoma State. Beat Missouri. Ole Miss. They beat Ole Miss. Beat Georgia. Kentucky beats them. A&M beats them. And then they play Auburn before they play us. So that's always a tough game, Auburn. So they're going to be nice and beat up before they play us. And then they play us on Tuesday. So they don't get much rest before that. So nice, good beating by Auburn, and then play us Tuesday. So hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Wow, that's pretty good to know. So we did.
Yeah, they haven't won. They've lost some bad games. You know what I'm saying? Like some games they definitely probably shouldn't have lost. So
that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. This Florida team, but watch us lose down there in Gainesville. Watch us have our shittiest game in a long time. Even including that thing. And just down in Gainesville, that's what happened, man.
Man, that would suck, dude. That would
They're
suck.
fading, though, man. I mean, they've lost 2 at Kentucky and then at A&M. They're going to think they're coming there 3 in a row.
So, and then we'll probably have a podcast before Kentucky, so we don't need to predict that one, do we?
Well, we've been doing every 2 weeks here.
Is that what you want to do? Because March 5th is the end, right? So that would, I guess, have us doing the March Madness podcast.
Well, all right. We probably need to come back. Probably need to come back next week and do 2 weeks, and then we can preview March, man.
All right.
We just have one game to talk about. Well, yeah, if we did 2 weeks from now. Kentucky goes 6, or Kentucky. Florida goes 6-7, 6-11, 6-3, 6-1, 6-5 in their starting line. 3 seniors, junior and so grad transfers. They got 4 seniors, and just kind of trying to piece them together.
Yeah.
And hadn't really worked out. Castleton's their leading scorer of the 6-11 game. That could be a matchup. Jalen. I think we told this, but I just wanted to say that before at Florida.
So you want to predict these two? You want to do one next week to round it out? Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna predict these two, and then do a podcast next week. That'd be good. Right before the big Kentucky game.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, what's this? Okay, so we had Tennessee.
I'm gonna say 73 Arkansas, 70 Tennessee.
That's a good one. I like that. I'll go 78. How about Florida?
107 Arkansas, 82 Florida.
Wow, that's pretty good. I'll go 86 to 69. Hogs, of course. All right, cool. That is saved in the digital world.
I hope we beat Florida pretty bad, man. Embarrassing.
We'll see.
That arena's horrible, man. Those seats are terrible. That's like,
Good, man.
Man, it's the worst.
Good.
It's terrible.
All right. Hockey
Hockey time. All right, so wait. Before we do hockey, maybe we should talk about the transfers for football.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, here's the thing: is we had our football transfers, and you take a look, and the thing you're hoping for is that what you're bringing in is better than what's leaving, and you really don't know that until it leaves, and then and then you bring them in. But when we look at the results and we see what we were able to do, we got several players that come in that are top tier recruits. Five players are top tier recruits, very highly ranked well above the players that are going out. 4-star type guys coming in, and then you got our guys that left. I think like 8 of them, like 12, and like 8 of them didn't even go anywhere. So that tells you right there that they're leaving because they know they wasn't going to get to play.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get another D1 school, and it looks like they're probably going to be playing D2 ball.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, if they want to keep playing. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's been some great NFL players come out of all levels of football, college football. But it's just that their skill set right now might not be where it needs to be for that level of play. So you see a large influx of better, more quality players, and you see an outflux of lesser players, which is what you want. And, you know, it's something we saw last year that Pittman did, and we praised him for it and his staff for playing the transfer cards very well. And he's done it again this year. And, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited that the guys he's bringing in, they're gonna be guys that are able to come in and make an impact right away. And you know, it's one of the things you have to be good at to win at this day and age in college football. And he seems to be very good at it, because this is the third year that he's done this.
Yeah, like you said, eight players have yet to sign with anyone. 18. You know what I mean? It's like spring ball's coming up. Like, there's a lot of spring practices. You ain't found a team. You had a and you knew you weren't.
Yeah.
You just thought you're cut out. It was like, no, man, you're not getting on the field because you ain't good enough. You ain't expected. And then you know, we get, let's see, Dwight McLaughlin from LSU, one of the best cornerbacks in the portal from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Number one backer. Drew Sanders from Alabama. Landon Jackson, second best edge rusher from LSU. Georgia safety Latavius Brini, fourth best safety out of the portal. There's an obvious thing out of that defense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Hazelwood too, that like number one wide receiver coming out of the portal this year. Really good, but like just obviously that's
like I said, like 4-star guys, like guys that we don't like I said, like 4-star guys, like guys that we aren't normally recruiting at the University of Arkansas. You see coming in through the portal, which is really interesting, because you know it seems like we're pulling guys through the portal better than we are recruiting to some degree.
Yeah, those are top-notch guys, exactly. So that's really cool. Just I love it, man. Football's a long way away, but
I know, and everybody was like, "Oh, chill out, Chad. You know, it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna replace all these guys that are leaving with just the best ever." And it's just, you know, you're like, yeah, but you don't know that. Like, you think that, you hope that, you want that to be the case, and it was the case. It did happen. It's nerve-wracking when you see such an exodus, you know, like we saw. You start worrying about, is there something going on internal? Like, is there something, like, why so many, you know?
Yeah.
And then it just turns out that they're just not good players at all, you know? And might have just ran off some bad players.
Yeah, like those guys, like, yeah, okay. That's great.
That makes sense. Really cool. Too bad the coach couldn't come out, you know, do a catfish hole conference or something and be like, oh, they were just real bad players. We're going to be fine. You know, it'd be nice, comforting to something. Just pass something along to Wally Hall or something. I don't know. Let us know. Like, we could say something on nobody would believe that shit anyway that you called us and told us. So, and when we already know all the coaches and players and everything are listening, so you might as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, what do you think? You want to move into hockey?
Let's do it.
So that's one of the things I noticed this year was so you had the win, you had the photo of Sam Pittman, and he's got all the trophies around him, and then you know, we win the conference, we win, you know, all of the you know, trophies within the conference, and so our hockey coach had all the trophies around him, and he was sitting there like in a locker doing that same pose, and then they put them on top of each other. That was cool, you know. I mean, obviously Sam Pittman did it better. I mean, the question was who did it better, but obviously. But it was super cool to see, you know, the hockey coach having some fun with that and putting it up, and, you know, being able to just say, hey, look, we won every single competition within this conference and the conference. It's amazing. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a hell of a tweet. They Battle of the Ozarks, Route 66 showcase, Route 66.
Here's
tournament champions, regular season conference champions, conference MVP. They're national championship. So,
and here's the thing. You know, Razorback Rich is out there listening to the podcast. Well, why isn't he watching the hockey team? Right? Maybe they'd take his stress level down a little bit. You know what I mean? He'd be able to have more normal conversation if he was, you know, focused on a team that's winning to the degree that the hockey team's winning, you know, and has been winning in the past. So, you know, that's just a suggestion, Razorback Rick, is maybe just talk about hockey next time when you call in, you know?
Oh, yeah. I agree. Yeah, we won that championship, nice championship over Missouri State, too. So, good to beat Missouri State. That's a story up the road from us. Automatic berth, and I mean, I'm sure we were going anyways, but automatic championships. And they start, so we got Oklahoma State, a D2 school, coming in March 4th and 5th to Springdale, and then March 10th on a Thursday, the national tournament starts in St. Louis, and that goes until March. So that's going to be a big time trying to bracket, and there's still D3 teams playing, so...
And this is why we stayed in this conference. This is why we joined this conference. This is why we didn't stay with the SEC. They chose not to play in the national championship tournament. And this is why we went to this conference that we're in now. And this is what it's all about. This is what it's all led up to. This is what the team has been fighting for the whole year. It was the goal. It's been the goal since day one at the University of Arkansas. And now they have the opportunity to go in there and win it, you know, and hopefully not lose to a Vermont or a University of Tampa. You think it's funny, but they have a powerhouse hockey team down there at the University of Tampa. So,
yeah, I mean, the last rankings, they put out, the ACHA put out, was Hope College number 1, Grand Valley State number 2, Florida Gulf Coast number 3, Arkansas, that's number 4, Notre Dame number 5, Michigan, New Mexico, Lawrence Tech, Michigan, Dartmouth, Trine, Miami, etc., Nebraska, Ohio State, etc. So this would be some big opportunity.
Big opportunity. So I can't wait.
I want to get a chance at Hope College. They were undefeated last week. Right?
Yeah, I want to beat Florida Gulf Coast, Dunk City. I want to beat that school. You know, just because they get to live on, like they're so privileged. They get to live on the beach in their dorm rooms and get up and open a sliding glass door and walk out onto the beach as a college student every morning from their bedroom. Walk out there and just, you know, take a swim, whatever, just hang out on the ocean, or a nice fake sandy ocean where they import the sand and pour it out there for you on that particular beach to make it more like Clearwater Beach, even though it's not really like that beach naturally. Man,
that'd be awesome. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting when we find out. And this is it, man. We've been talking about it all year. September 17th when we started this. That's a long season.
Yeah, it was. Really was. So what are we going to do if we win a national championship in hockey, guys? Hopefully people tear it up down at Dixon, man. I hope they just go down there and just rip the goal off the ice hockey court and take it down to Dixon Street.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go to the next game here in a couple weekends.
Good Lord.
Be a
Everybody
party.
going to rush the ice. Is that a thing? Run out there and break your
That'd be
leg.
hilarious. Now, see, that'd be funny because everybody would be falling on their ass and shit, just drunk.
They're rushing the ice!
Oh, boom, 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 boom. Just that'd be just plowing into each other. Oh, you gotta remember, like you gotta, especially a little colder next to that ice, just come packed out. So big jackets, layers, just like come at me, feeling right, man. Just hit people under the damn.
Taking it too far. All right, and then we got baseball. So we dropped the first game of the year for the first time since 1982 or something like that. I can't remember what exactly it was. But it was 80 something. It was a damn long time ago. We lost the first game at the University of Arkansas baseball, and it's a series, And Razorback Rick was a little perturbed by that. I think he said something about firing the coach because he always loses the big ones. But anyway, I think we could, win this series. All we got to do is win the next two games. I think you got to look on the. I think Rich needs to look on the bright side of things. He needs to learn to be a glass half full type of guy.
It doesn't sound like he's gonna be that. Man. You know what I mean? I don't know. He sounded pretty upset this game. I don't know if it's a joke. It sounded pretty legit though. Well,
that's true.
Like a long season to go, but yeah, for the first game, that's kind of where we are. Nolan got the kind of stuff after that, but you got to score more than 2 runs. You can't score 2 runs against Illinois State. Like, you can't have your top, look at this, the top number 1 in the lineup, Stovall, 0 for 4, Wallace, second, 0 for 4, Beaufort, 0 for 3, Moore, 0 for 3, Turner, 0 for 3, Slavin's 1 for 4. Like, just absolutely, like, first 5 guys not getting. Oh, Moore got a base hit or a walk. So the top 5 guys got on base 1 time. Now, come on. But
and our pitchers.
Tomorrow we could win 20-0.
They're getting a lot of hits on our pitchers too in this game. Honestly.
Yeah. Nolan was getting hit.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't. They do a good job of playing defense against us too. So you got to give them
We got the lefty going tomorrow, and then lefty true freshman going tomorrow, and we got Jackson Wiggins flamethrower Sunday. So that's the lineup there for Razorback baseball. Sure will. Hopefully, the story doesn't conclude at being terrible. Hopefully, get on a roll, and as always.
What do you think? You think we're gonna beat this team?
Yeah, man.
What's your predictions?
Tomorrow, I'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to go Arkansas 17, State 2.
7-2. Yeah, I'll go
17-2.
Oh, 17-2. Good Lord. I'll do 7-2. 7-2 sounded more reasonable. I'll go Arkansas 7.
We'll see.
I always say
more legit. What about Sunday? All right. Go with it. Go Sunday.
Man, I think Sunday you're getting 12-5.
12-5. I'll go 6-4.
6-4.
Oh, you said Illinois State.
Arkansas, man.
Rat bastard.
What about the Indiana game? We should go ahead and call that one too, right? How good are they this year?
I don't know, man. That's kind of a shitty tournament.
Is it?
Usually we're playing like really good teams.
Round Rock Classic.
What happened?
Look at there.
Are they following?
What a fancy
Is
little
Razorback Rich?
website they got.
All right.
Did you say you're following him on Twitter?
I said Razorback Rich, right? He should have a Twitter.
He's got to have a Twitter. There's got to have a Twitter, dude.
Oh man, I'm scared to see what that likes on Twitter.
I don't know, man. Round Rock. What a horrible thing. Man, probably beat him by 20.
$20.
Man, what a game that would be. I'd like to watch that slugfest. You'd get kind of bored, hammering back beers, just
No, you wouldn't get bored
the
if you're
bat just cracking.
cracking.
You got brats on the grill, frying up. I guess that's it, man. I don't have anything else unless you do.
Good podcast. Great podcast.
I do feel like it was a pretty good podcast tonight. It was one of our.
Hell of a background you got too, man.
It's not perfect. I not 100% happy with it, but it's pretty cool. Better than that old wall behind me.
Yeah. It's an Hog Call Podcast.
Woo pig suey.
Go Hogs.